Hello, my name is Kara Kaikini, and I'm the Executive Director of the Maine State Breastfeeding Coalition. The MSBC aims to enhance the culture of breastfeeding around the state through education, connection, and advocacy. One way we advocate for families is through legislative initiatives like paid family and medical leave. Breastfeeding and parenting in general are hard enough as it is. If there's good policy that can make it a bit or a lot easier, we're here to help make that happen. The paid family and medical leave policy that is currently being proposed in the Maine State Legislature is one of those policies that could make a huge difference in the lives of all Mainers. Not just new parents, by the way. This policy benefits anyone who needs to care for themselves or anyone in their family at any age. That is a lot of people. There's substantial research showing that access to paid family and medical leave increases the rates of breastfeeding. One recent study showed that a 1-month increase in the legislated duration of paid maternity leave was associated with a 7.4% increase in the prevalence of early initiation of breastfeeding and a 2.2-month increase in breastfeeding duration. Over half of lactating parents stop breastfeeding earlier than they planned. One of the biggest reasons for this is due to returning to work. The longer mothers can stay with their babies, the closer they can get to meeting their goals. Last year, the American Academy of Pediatrics increased the recommended duration of breastfeeding from 1 year to 2 years and acknowledged that policies, quote, policies that protect breastfeeding, including universal paid maternity leave, are essential to supporting families and sustaining breastfeeding. Parents can't do this alone. Mothers often blame themselves when breastfeeding doesn't work out, despite the fact that they're doing everything they can to meet their goals. We need to come together and do our part as a state, as a community, to support new parents in meeting their infant feeding goals, making it more likely that infants will receive the nutrition that is recommended by health organizations around the globe. You may be thinking, okay, this sounds important. I support the idea, but what exactly would this look like? Well, I'm happy to share these slides put together by the Maine Paid Leave Coalition. So, what does this look like? The bill is number LD 1964. An act to implement the recommendations of the Commission to develop a paid family medical leave benefits program. The purpose of this bill is so paid family medical leave can be used to take paid time away from work to care for a new child, a family member, or oneself due to a serious health condition, for safe leave, or for certain needs related to a family member's military deployment. They define family as affinity relationships so that an individual is entitled to use paid leave to care for a person who is considered family. All workers, including full-time, part-time, temporary, and seasonal workers, are covered. It's good to know that this plan is designed to support businesses. Part of that means that providing opportunities for them to have workers while we're in the midst of a workforce crisis. Workers of these small businesses would be able to contribute and take advantage of the program, but these employers would not be required to contribute to the program, these small businesses who have fewer than 15 employees. So the sponsor's amendment that says that brings us in line with other New England states. Maine is the only New England state without statewide paid family medical leave. We're also the oldest state in the nation, and we need to do more to support our aging workforce and encourage younger workers to move to Maine. Recent data shows that 61% of people in the US say they would be more likely to relocate to a state that has a state-mandated paid family and medical leave program, and they're less likely to relocate to a state that does not mandate this. Funding for the bill. The funds for the program are split between employers and employees. The wage contribution for the program is no more than 1% of an employee's wages, and that is split between an employer and employee. So it's about 0.5% or less for each of them. For instance, Jamie, let's say, earns $30,000 a year at a Maine company. Jamie and that company would each contribute around 0.43% of Jamie's pay to the fund. So that would be about $2.50 a week for Jamie and about $2.50 a week for the company, totaling about $260 a year going toward that fund. The wage replacement is a tiered replacement that is capped at the state's average weekly wage. And there's a 12-week maximum limit for a particular qualifying need. It cannot be stacked or used consecutively with any other benefit. A lot of work has been put into this process already, over a year. The Commission's report was given to the Labor and Housing Committee in March, and Senator Daughtry and Representative Cloutier have since been meeting in person and by Zoom with more than 300 businesses from all over the state, including members of the state chamber and regional chambers of commerce, to receive input. And they have since drafted an amendment that will be reviewed tomorrow. Now we're at the point of the public hearing, and from there, we hope it gets to the governor's desk where she will sign it. So tomorrow is that public hearing at 1 p.m. in the Cross Building in the city of Augusta. If you are ready to testify, you can do that in writing only, or you can send in testimony. You can sign up to testify by Zoom or in person. Go to that QR code or the website mainelegislature.org/testimony. to sign up. And other actions you can take would be to come to the press conference tomorrow at noon and contacting your legislator. When you submit testimony, that goes to the committee, which is fantastic, but you can also write to your legislator to let them know that you support this. And there are some wonderful tools that are available here on this website. So please take a look at that. And just know that paid family and medical leave makes workers, families, businesses, and our whole economy stronger and healthier. It's time to pass and fund paid leave for all Maine workers, because care can't wait, families can't wait, and they can't do it alone. So thank you so much for your support. Please feel free to share this with anyone who is looking for more information about LD 1964, and contact me if you have any additional questions. Thank you and have a great day.